What was your role at 34 Fairview Road that evening?
I was asked by my supervisor, Lieutenant Brian Tully, to assist in processing the scene at 34 Fairview Road in Canton, Massachusetts.
When you arrived at 34 Fairview Road, was there anybody else there?
Yes.
Who was there?
Lieutenant Tully, members of the Massachusetts State Police CERT team, the Special Emergency Response Team.
Are you part of the CERT team?
I am not.
Did you see what the CERT team was doing?
They were conducting an area search very front of the lawn and the street or road in front of 34 Fairview.
Did you have any role in that actual searching of evidence?
No, I did not.
What was your role, limited role that night?
To process any evidence that was discovered during the search.
When you say process the evidence, can you explain briefly, what does that mean?
Sure, I was had evidence bags and if a piece of evidence or an item was found, I would place that item into the evidence bag.
And why would you do that?
To secure it.
Well, more to the point, why would other
How
people
would you
not do
become
that?
aware if there was a piece of evidence found?
The CERT team would alert the supervisor, Lieutenant Tully, or myself that there was an item or a piece of evidence, and Lieutenant Tully would then take a photograph of it, and then I would secure the piece of evidence in a bag, evidence bag.
Do you know if those photographs were time-stamped?
I believe so.
Your role was to put the evidence in the bag and return it to the evidence room?
Correct.
Did you do that?
Yes.
If I could begin, I'd like to show you on the screen a series of exhibits. If we could start with Exhibit 74, please. Trooper, do you recognize that item?
Yes.
What is it?
That is a black Nike shoe.
Did you see that item that night?
I
Yes.
see a suspicious amount of grass for this
74A,
blizzard
please.
that was supposedly happening.
74B? Thank you. Is that the same sneaker?
Yes, sir.
After you were alerted to that sneaker, did you place that sneaker into an evidence bag?
Yes.
Did you bring that item with you today?
Yes.
Do you have gloves?
Yes, sir.
I like how they put the gloves on in the courtroom.
Please, thank you, Your Honor.
It's
Mr.
something
Gilman,
about
take
it that is, I don't know, slightly odd to me. You
With
know,
the court's permission, I'm going to move this piece of evidence,
Yeah.
item into evidence.
like the evidence is in this super pristine state at this point. I'm like, I don't know, man. The gloves are, what are the gloves doing at this point? See, this is an evidence
Yeah,
bag. See how,
questions
see it
before
has
you open
red
it.
tape
Please
on it?
stand and
It
show
has,
that bag.
look, it has,
red tape
look,
on
it
it.
has
What's that
the
for?
word evidence on it, and it has places where you
secure
can
the
write
bag.
things on it,
Closed.
and then it has evidence tape, and it
Bag
looks
is
like it has a
open. This is gonna be
barcode
good.
on it.
Yes.
Whoa!
Do you write on the outside of the bag?
Yes.
Why do you do that?
To memorialize the date, time when the evidence was collected.
Oh,
open the
that's
bag and show
nice.
us
You
what's
write
in it?
things on the bag so
Sir.
you know where it's from. You're muted, by the way, Nate.
There it is, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's the chain of custody. You have to write like I had it at this time. Then when you give it to somebody else, they got to sign it and so forth.
A,
and so forth.
a chain of custody.
Yeah.
Well, some of the people at the state police have not heard of this concept. Could you tell us more about this so-called chain of custody, like a record of who had what when?
Yeah. Who handled the specific piece of evidence?
Oh, you think that might be valuable in some way?
It should be. It should
Okay.
be. Well, but it just makes sure that whatever the evidence is, it hasn't been tampered with in a certain way or whatever. And that's why I usually have it locked up in the evidence room, which is guarded 24/7. You can tell he hasn't had a lot of thing open in these bags.
With the court's permission, can he show the item?
But it's funny because I know we used to have just brown bags, and you could just write on the brown bag. But you would just see, like, it would be written like it was a piece of paper. This.
Nike getting their spot here for their promotion.
Here's
Just
it.
do it.
Get your checkup right there. That's right.
Trooper, is that the same item that you found that night?
That's a nice shoe, too.
Yes, sir.
It looks nice.
Placed back in the bag?
Looks like it's in good nick too.
An exhibit?
It's
Very little worn.
Objections to
Where? What exact model of shoe is that? I want that shoe.
shoe
Anyone
would be-
identify exactly what model of shoe that
It's
is?
like a slip on.
Sir, you mentioned there's writing on the outside of the bag.
Yes.
What type of information do you write on the bag?
Date, time, location, who's collecting it.
Yeah. Simple chain of
Time that
custody
you write on the
procedures.
bag, is that the specific time the item was
I like
found,
this guy's
or does
tie.
that represent a
This
different
guy
time?
has the nicest tie
That could
yet.
represent a different time.
And why would that be?
If you're processing multiple things at once, you're bagging things at different times, then when you seal the bag, that can be the time that is annotated on the bag.
Can the item be found before the time on that bag?
Yes.
Would you ever write a time later than when the item was found?
Yes.
I'd like to move now to Exhibit 75.
Why? Why would you?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have a time travel division, so sometimes we have to write dates in the future.
Do
It's
you recognize
complicated.
that item?
Yes.
Is that one of the items you bagged that night?
Yes.
And if we could turn to 76A, please.
So this is the process of putting all
recognize
this
that
into
item?
evidence
Yes.
for the jury.
Is that an item that you bagged that night?
Yes.
Do you have both of those items with you?
Yes, sir.
Could you produce those, please?
So for those of you who
Take
don't
that down,
speak
please. Thank you.
trial speak, here's the evidence. We found it at the scene. Here's the picture of it at the scene. Do you have it here? Yes, we have it here.
I mean, that's
Now-
usually the steps you do to
Yeah.
authenticate it,
Now-
right?
yes.
You
To
found
show-
this, right? You
found
found
it.
it here, right? Is this the item? Yes. Can you show us the item? Yeah.
Is
That's
this-
normal authentication. That's
is
how
this-
it's supposed to go.
Is this the bag that you?
Yeah.
Is your signature on the bag? Yes. Okay. Open the bag. Is this the item you placed in the bag? What is it? This is the piece
Yeah.
of evidence.
And normally there are answers
move
to the
on.
questions and not so much like what,
yeah.
who, what.
But it's just standard. And then all this stuff goes in. And so it all depends on which state you are. But all this stuff goes into the back with the jury, and they get to play with the shoes and all the other evidence and determine whether you're going to be found guilty or not guilty.
Little pieces of tail light coming out of the bag. Exciting.
Now, was her taillight damaged?
Oh yeah, but when is a major factor, of
Well,
course.
if you got the pieces right there by the body, you got
Her
to
taillight was
Are all
definitely
those
her
items
taillight
with
was definitely
stickers? Did you
damaged
put
at
the
some
stickers on
point.
them?
From what,
did not.
Do you know
due
where
to
the
what,
stickers come
and to
from?
what degree is very
Well-
much a dispute.
But I'm saying, at least you're close to
Do you know
putting
if
her
these
at the
items
time
were
at the
ever
scene.
sent to anybody other
Fragments
than
of her
the
taillight are
evidence?
at the
Were they
scene
ever
with-
removed
near the
and
dead
given to
body.
lab personnel?
That gives you some proximity
You know
of
if that was
okay,
done in
you
this
you
case.
may have been there, right?
Yes, I did.
Inside that bag.
It's telling me
is-
a
Yeah,
little
well, they
story.
weren't able to
Pieces,
find
or
any
another
pieces
piece
during
in
their
that
first
bag?
or second search. It was only during
another
subsequent
piece
searches
in
they
the
found
bag. When you
pieces,
put
which is
the taillight
suspicious.
pieces in that bag,
And then
how many pieces did you
like
put
pieces
in the
just
bag?
pop up.
I put two.
It's like it was 0, then it
That
was
other
0,
piece
then
in
it
the
was
bag
like
is
4,
piece that
then it
broke
was
off.
8.
You know how that arrived there?
It just kept like
do not.
changing
You can pull out
constantly.
that other
Well,
small
I
piece and
do
show the jury
know-
as well.
Evidence collection in the snow is very, very difficult, especially if it snows right after the event or if it was snowing during the event, because the snow does cover quickly stuff. So things that you would expect to see, sometimes you won't find it till days after. Because
But they didn't find any, Nate. They
Yeah.
didn't
No,
find
but I'm saying
one.
sometimes. I'm just saying, if this happened during a snowstorm, or was it after a snowstorm, or
smaller
was it snowing
pieces
outside?
with
Because
some
that
colors
that
that
does
bigger
affect
pieces?
it a lot.
Yes.
Is it consistent with the same material?
Yes.
If you could put that back in the bag, please.
Not saying there's no funny business going on here, but I'm just saying I've just had that situation happen. Like, oh shit, it's still snowing. You just can't get everything. Sometimes they try to scoop up all the fucking snow, but then
Yeah.
you lose placement on where things were found, and you got to do it gets
Ooh,
really
that's a nice bright laptop. Whoever has that bright red there, man. Damn. Bright red, blood red laptop in the courtroom. Damn. That's a look.
But I'm assuming the defense is going to definitely, about this.
Yeah.
Destroy.
Yeah,
the
but
whole-
yeah, they found 0 parts during the first or second searches, and then like also the homeowners never found a single part, even as they are presumably going to and from their house literally every single day. They never found any parts.
Wow.
And then, like, at one time, the police just like, let's just drive by, just randomly on our way to work. Let's just pop by. Oh, we found 20 pieces. Oh, what a weird coincidence. It's like the things are just
Yeah, that
very
doesn't sound
things are
right.
very sus.
That doesn't sound right. I know, like, for instance, for the OJ situation, um, OJ went during the OJ trial. Most people don't know this, but after they did evidence collection, they went back, I think, maybe a week or a couple of days later, and looked at one of the gates, the external gates, and saw a bloody thumbprint on the gate. They got it, matched it to OJ, and wanted to present it at
Mr.
trial,
Brennan, I
but
leave it to you and the witness how
they
you do
couldn't
that.
because it was too late. They were like, it's just there's no. You were there for 2 weeks. You couldn't find it. Now all of a sudden you find it. It just
Sir, on the
wasn't
small
reliable.
Yeah, it's a little
chip, you don't
sus.
know
Yeah.
how it became
So OJ's bloody fingerprint was found
Exactly.
at the
Remove
scene,
that
but
chip.
you can't use it.
I'd like you to safely secure it, bring with you, and bag it when you leave.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like to introduce that exhibit.
What is
Won't
this?
be-
Like the smallest piece of taillight fragment ever?
So we're going to mark the little chip.
Really?
You
Ms.
would like to mark
Giannetti
it?
asked to
Okay.
mark that.
Marking as
And we're going to
exhibit.
submit that for identification. So the small chip that I
Madam
asked you to
Clerk.
secure.
Madam Court Reporter has an envelope for that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's not in evidence as of yet.
Thank you.
The little chip. The little chip gets its own number. How nice.
Well, if
It's its big day.
If it's multiple things, yeah, there's something the last one in there. And I'm assuming that the little chip, they may be making a point
But
about
we have
the
one
chip.
more bag of items to go through.
Yes.
One more bag. So this is just
Could I
the evidence
have
collection
exhibit
guy.
73, please. Sir, if you could look at exhibit 73 on the screen, do you recognize that?
Yes.
And what is it?
A piece of clear plastic.
Is that piece of clear plastic, when you saw it, was it at ground level?
Yes,
Did you
What?
bag that item?
I did.
When you bagged that item, was there another item along with it in the same bag?
Yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm showing you a photo. You recognize what's in it?
Yes.
What's in it?
The piece of clear plastic.
Is that the second piece in the bag, separate from the last exhibit?
Yes.
Fair and accurate depiction of how you saw it that morning?
Fair and accurate. Yep.
This is evidence as an exhibit, please.
Okay. There's no
Now,
objection, Ms. Giannetti?
let's get the bag.
Exhibit 79.
With the court's permission, could we show Exhibit 79 to the jury?
Yes.
Let's get the bag.
Ms. Gilman, would you be able to close? Thank you.
Turn off the lights. I'll show you where it
You
was
recognize
at.
that item, sir?
Yes.
And did you bring those two items with you, the past exhibit and this exhibit?
Yes.
Could you produce those, please?
They didn't go through the whole. Is your name on the bag? Did you sign this? Is this your signature? They didn't go through all that process, but maybe they
Are
probably
these different in color than the last piece?
We're gonna
you
skip
showed?
all that.
Yes.
With the court's permission, could the trooper show these pieces?
Yes.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that cricket. Last time at the last trial, when they opened up the bag, there was more things in the bag than the bag said that was in the bag. Was nice. Yeah, the bag. It's like, oh, there's an extra piece in here. Oh, that's nice.
So these are more pieces of the.
The pieces are multiplying.